Peace. I am Cherokee with Tellemtribe Tarot, and I'm coming to you with another unboxing of a brand new deck that I purchased, very inexpensive, from my local Spencer's Gifts store. Now, Spencer's is a cute little kinky store. I don't think children should be in the store, but every time I go, there are children in the store. They have very mature items, from shot glasses with titties on them to bachelorette and bachelor party gifts, mugs that say cheeky things on it. Like recently I saw a mug that I almost purchased for $14.99 plus tax, or $12.99 plus tax, that says fuck me like the government. Oh, that was very funny, but I decided against purchasing it. But when I was in there, I went to their tarot card section and I found a box of tarot cards that said Spencer's tarot cards. Of course, it's going to be on the reverse because I am using the front facing camera. But, you know, I thought, wow, Spencer's has tarot cards. And it was only $8. It was $7.99 plus tax. So I said, what's the worst that can happen? You know, buy a box of 78 cards for $8, $7.99 plus tax. I think that's a good deal. Usually the average cost that I spend on my tarot cards are about 30 bucks. But the most expensive tarot cards that I purchased was around 70 bucks, 60 something to 70 bucks. It's like an African tarot deck. I don't remember the exact name. I don't use it very often. I only use it for special, very special readings. So with that being said, I have these Spencer's tarot cards. So I want to go ahead and open them up. Now, before, if you watch my other unboxing videos, you see me struggling with packaging. So I learned. I already unpackaged it. The good news is that this one comes in like a paper type box. Like, it's really engineered nicely. So you pull open the little flap and then you pull your box out. But it did come in this nice box that said Spencer's tarot cards on there. So you know it's not their artwork. What I find pretty cool about this artwork is that it has a lot of mythological and famous fictional characters on them, like demons and angels and gods and monsters, gargoyles. So I was taken aback by the artwork because it was so beautiful. But I'm like, Spencer's, this is all you? So I did a Google search with the image of the cards, and the artist Vera Petruk, I believe her name is, or it could be a dude. I don't know where they're from. Maybe they're from Greece, but it's a very beautiful artistic take. So I'm going to get into it. I decided to use the deck prior to just doing an unboxing and looking at it and giving y'all the first reaction, because I realized that when I first see a deck, I usually don't like them. And it's not fair to do that, considering I usually change my mind like after using the deck a couple of times. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's my favorite deck. Now, would this be a great deck for a beginner? I don't think so. So we're gonna get into it. It's not in order anymore because obviously I used the deck and it's been shuffled quite a few times since I purchased it. I want to say yesterday. So look, the Six of Pentacles card. Look at the Six of Pentacles card. There's no pentacles whatsoever on the card. So this is the artist's depiction of what they believe Six of Pentacles to be. The Three of Wands card does not have the person standing looking off into the distance trying to decide what he wants to do next. It has an elf sitting down on a bookshelf washing dishes. So perhaps the elf could be thinking about what he wants to do next, or trying to figure out his thoughts. Sometimes, you know, when I'm washing dishes, that's when I get some of my greatest ideas. Sometimes I get my greatest aha moments. Same thing as when I am in the shower. So I can totally understand the artist's perspective on that. The Devil card is a very scary, demonic ass card. It says demon on the bottom of it. And you don't see any naked people facing each other like on the other cards. On the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you have this demon, looks like very much so like a scorpion demon, because it has the claws and the hands, and you can tell it's someone who is not great, and this is definitely not a great card, but it certainly gets the point across. Oh, another thing about the deck that you should know from Spencer's, I don't know about the other deck. I want to also put out that this artist apparently licensed their work out, so anyone can print these decks and sell them. So apparently that's what the artist does. So you'll find these decks with different print, with different backs on them. Some people will get them for $40, some people will get them for $28, and some people will get them for $8. I imagine that the card stock will be different based on the prices that you pay. But I got the $8 version, and I didn't realize what I had until I had it. So anyways, the Two of Cups card, it has a horse, a unicorn with a woman on it. So it's not two people facing each other, giving them each other a cup. It's a unicorn and this red-haired white woman with red lips. And apparently she's very happy. Maybe people who are happy and in love ride unicorns into the forest. The Nine of Cups card does not have a fat man sitting down on a bench with 9 cups above his head, but it is a shipwreck. It is a ship being swallowed by the ocean. And I imagine that these images will trigger different types of answers in a reading, and they have, because it is very far off from what the traditional Rider-Waite deck has. The Ace of Wands card doesn't have a hand handing you a wand from clouds. It has a salamander on here. A salamander. I'm not a big fan of lizards, cold-blooded reptiles. I am just not, but it definitely gets the point across. But I know what the meaning is, so I just go based off of the meaning. In my mind, it just doesn't click as yet. So that may be like the little drawback for me with this deck, is that sometimes I don't see the connection, which is another learning point that I can learn, you know, about the characteristics of a salamander and in history, and what are the magical meanings of salamanders. So I do have my homework cut out for me. The Moon card has a werewolf, which is very understandable. The Moon card, you know, getting in tune with yourself, secrets coming to light, different things of that nature. You know, werewolves usually are regular ass people that changes at night or when there's a full moon. So I can see that. The Knight of Swords is pretty much Knight of Swords. I like the depiction for the Knight of Swords on this one. The Wheel of Fortune card, it's definitely a sight to see. They have a human that's on a wheel that's about to be cooked like rotisserie. The Judgment card. The Judgment card is very vicious. You have these demons, this 3-headed beast going through the city. So I know in Christianity, you know, the mark of the beast and biblical and blah, 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 blah. So I don't know what that's about, but it works for me. The Ten of Wands card, you have a dragon. And then you have the Magician card. This looks like the nicest card. Oh, it feels so safe. It's such a safe card. Everything else is so scary, because look, then you come right up with the Four of Cups card. Like, the Four of Cups, look at this. It's like a crypt. They're in the cemetery, and there's a ghoul, a ghoul. I think that's how you say it, like goblins and ghouls in the cemetery. Ace of Pentacles. So again, it's not the standard Ace of Pentacles. And the Seven of Wands card. Yeah, Seven of Wands. Oh, my favorite card, the Lovers. Shout out to the Geminis. All right, you see that? So that definitely looks like love. It looks like a demon is like a sex demon. Succubus, a sex demon. So you know he's not going to be the same in the morning. But the Lovers card is a good card. So it's very tricky on how it can like trip you up if you're doing a reading. But if you understand the traditional Rider-Waite deck definitions of the tarot, then this will just be an additive and another way to open and broaden your perspective in your readings and things. So I think it's a nice deck. I think the Spencer's tarot card deck is pretty cool. The card stock, to me, it's not like it's still a little flimsy card stock, but it works like for $8. Like when I complain about card stock, like if I would have paid $40 for this deck with this card stock, I would have had a problem. But for $8 with this card stock, I cannot be mad at that. Like if I rip a card, I'll just go buy a whole new deck and then have an extra deck for you know, extra cards. Now I definitely support this deck. I think this deck has a lot of power. It packs a lot of power in it. It allows for, look at the star card, it allows for your imagination to run wild. If you didn't have an imagination, oh, you damn sure gonna have one after you go through this deck, because it's definitely triggering in a great way. Like it triggers you to think deeper than just to think deeper. Look at this Yeti or Yeti. I don't even know how to say it. I've never seen a Yeti or a Yeti before. I'm pretty sure it's a mythical creature. But yeah, leprechaun for the King of Pentacles, which is so funny because it makes sense. A leprechaun and his money, King of Pentacles, you know, riches, career, and so forth and so forth. The Ten of Pentacles, a Minotaur, a Minotaur. I don't know, it looks like a Taurus, a bull to me, but it's walking on two legs, so that makes it a Minotaur. The Eight of Cups is a pirate, so we got that. So yeah, so all in all, the Spencer's tarot deck, it is a totally great deck to have, especially if you are wanting to build your tarot connection, if you're wanting to build your tarot card collection and you just want to add something unique, inexpensive, or even gift a tarot deck to someone and you're not trying to break the bank, but you still love the person very much. You'd still get a good quality deck for $8. So I co-sign it. Tellemtribe Tarot co-signs it. I say go get it, whether you pay $28 for it or $30 or $40 for it. Do your thing. Oh, and another major point before I let you go. The design on the back of the card is not symmetrical. And this is only for the Spencer's Tarot deck. So you will know in advance if you have a reversal. In the upright position, the moon is right here and the Aquarius sign is down there. And then if it's in the reverse, you will know because the Aquarius sign will be up here and the moon will be down there. It'll be very obvious when you are shuffling. I know some readers, it annoys them when they can see the position of the card before they flip the card over. I am one of those readers, but another cool point about this is that for some reason the constellation background is not as easy to recognize when the card is in reverse. And if you're really concentrated on your reading, it won't be that bad. And I learned that with time. Even if a card is in reverse, it doesn't bother me as much anymore. But for some people, it does. All right, so I hope this was helpful in allowing you to purchase the deck or consider the deck. It shuffles amazingly. I love how it bounces. Go ahead and get you a deck of Spencer's tarot cards for $8 from your local freaky deaky Spencer store. Yeah, that store is freaky as fuck. All right, y'all, I'm out. Tribe.